Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back to another week's Friday Reminder with UMD MSA. Today I want to talk about a very popular hadith we're all aware of. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said that none of you have true faith until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. And this hadith is referred to in Al-Bukhari and Muslim. But what does that really mean? And I want to talk about this hadith in three contexts, right? In three types of situations where we should consider this hadith in how we deal with our brothers or sisters, whatever it may be. So the first situation I want to talk about is the type of manners we have, the type of conduct we have when we interact with our brothers, right? For brothers interacting with brothers and sisters interacting with sisters. Why am I bringing this up? At least in many situations, what happens is that when brothers or sisters are in a crowd, right? And I can't speak too much on the sisters' end, but I know at least for the brothers' end, there are times when jokes are made. People make jokes. People like to be funny, right? People like being that guy who gets to make everyone laugh. And sometimes that comes at the expense of someone else's emotions, someone else's feelings, right? And we end up making jokes, we end up jeering, mocking people. Our own brothers, they're believers, they're slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They testify that there's only one Allah, and that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is his messenger and the final prophet. And this same individual is the same individual that you and I make fun of, someone who may be very beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when it comes to social gatherings, right, we need to have a type of manner, a type of etiquette when we talk about people and talk to people, right? These things need to be considered. So how do we approach it? Just consider the hadith. Just consider the hadith that, look, if I want to have true iman, if I want to have faith, if I actually say that I believe as a Muslim, how should I treat this brother? Well, the hadith says that I should treat him in a way that I would love to be treated, right? I should give to him what I would love to have for myself, right? And in this situation, what we need to consider is, okay, if I'm making a joke, would I appreciate if someone made a joke like that towards me? And especially in a college environment, people are very quick and loose with the words that come out of their tongue, or out of their mouth with their tongue. So we have to be very careful that we don't say anything that offends someone, that hurts someone, that pushes someone away, not just from us, not just from the circle, but even from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That if you're part of the MSA, for example, and you're making fun of a brother or a sister, and they hear you, or they overhear you, or you're actually making fun of them in front of everybody on the spot, you might actually push them away from MSA. And it's not just MSA, you're pushing them away from sources of knowledge, of sources of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're the one causing them to go away from Allah, and that is a big burden to bear. To be able to be accountable for saying that, okay, I'm the reason that this person was pushed away from deen, that's a scary thing to say. So in terms of manners, in how we talk to people, we have to be very respectful, we have to be loving, we have to be gentle, we have to be kind. When someone upsets us, when we disagree with something, we might argue or debate, but we should control our tone and how we speak so they don't take it the wrong way. We should be able to express our emotions and feelings without going and using harsh words or using curse words. That, this is the manner that we need to have. This is what we need to instill in our life, so we end up treating others the way we would love to be treated, right? And in terms of how we talk about people, common example, as we all may know, backbiting, right? You wouldn't want that. You don't want someone talking bad about you. No one likes that. No one appreciates that. Everyone hates it, right? To not like something and be neutral is one thing, but to actually hate something is another. And backbiting is something that everyone hates if it's done to them. So you would not want someone, and you definitely would not love it if someone spoke something bad about you, something ill about you, and on top of that, they were laughing about it. So brothers, sisters, let's take a pause in our social gatherings. And I'm talking about our social gatherings. So when all the guys get together, all the girls get together, quickly monitor yourselves, pause and understand, if you are talking about an individual, are we talking about praising them in a positive way, beneficial way, or are we mocking them, or are we making fun of people, are we backbiting? So take a step back in social gatherings, that's the action item, and reassess what your topics are. Point number 2, lending a hand. We've all been at a point of need at some point in our life. There has been a point where we are financially stressed, we're stressed with exams, we're stressed with our family members, we're stressed with our friends, whatever it may be. Our environment is stressing us out. And right now maybe we're at a good spot. right? Maybe we're at a spot where now I have some money, or there's some peace in my home, or now I have a better relationship with my parents and my family members, or now my friends are better, I have friends now, maybe I didn't have friends before. Whatever the case it may be, just because we have it better now, it doesn't mean others are having it great. There are others who need our support, right? If someone is moving, help them move. If someone needs help with an exam, help them, teach them. Take the time out of your own time, yes. Yes, I know your time is important, but take the time out to actually help someone, because it's great that you learn the topic. It's fantastic, but why not succeed together? Because you'd love to succeed, so why not help your brother succeed? You love to succeed, why not help your sister succeed, right? That you as believers can all succeed from this university together, that help each other and go the extra mile, and Allah will acknowledge you. Allah will give you your reward. So the second context is that in terms of dealing with each other, helping each other in classes, or even just hearing someone, lending someone an ear. So just to hear about their stress or the hardships they're going through, just so you can be there for them. Do that. Lend a hand, lend an ear, whatever it may be. But give that support that you wish you also had, right, at one point in your life. And the last thing I want to talk about is our overall ultimate goal, right? What would you and I love to have? Is it a house? Is it a car? Is it a husband or a wife? Is it children? Is it our parents? What would we love to have? Is it a big business? What do we want? Do we want to be like a big scholar, a big celebrity, a famous person, an athlete? What would we love to have? Well, I'll challenge you on this, that I don't think you and I would love to have anything more than wanting Jannah, than wanting paradise. That in paradise you can be the athlete you want to be. In paradise you can have your parents forever and ever. In paradise you can have your children forever and ever. In paradise you can be with your husband and wife forever and ever. In paradise, most of all, you can have the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if that is the one thing we all want and would love to have, then we should definitely desire that for all our brothers and sisters. What does that mean in terms of practicality? It means that you and I become the messengers of the Messenger Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That you and I reflect ourselves as believers in a way that you and I remind our brothers, we remind our sisters of Islam, that when they see us, they go closer to Allah and they go closer to the goal of Jannah. And when that happens, you bring yourself closer to Jannah as well. So if we really want something that we love, and there is nothing we love more than Jannah, then what we should do is portray ourselves in a way that we can help others reach that same goal, because we love it too. And at that point, when I want Jannah and I want to help you get to Jannah, and I have that love for you, then I know that I have faith, that I know that I have believed, because our goal is now the right goal. And that's what we need to work towards from a day-to-day life. Take these three things into consideration, and Allah give us the tawfiq to carry these things out, inshallah. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.